Your dog has been trying to tell you something every single day, and the second you finally understand it, you will never look at them the same way again. Most dog owners believe love is enough. Food, walks, toys, belly rubs, a comfy bed. That should cover it, right? But what if I told you your dog could be living beside you, loving you with everything they have, and still feeling emotionally unseen in ways you've never even noticed? What if the small things you do every day, the things that seem harmless, normal, even loving, are quietly creating distance between you and the one animal that would choose you over and over again for their entire life? Stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to understand your dog on a level most owners never do. The first thing your dog wants from you happens before the day even starts, before the coffee, before the notifications, before you say a word to anyone else. The moment you wake up, your dog is already aware of you. For them, you are not just part of the house. You are the center of their world. While you were asleep, their world was on pause, and when morning comes, the very first thing they're looking for is not food, it's you. When you reach for your phone before you look at your dog, it may seem like nothing, but to them, that moment means something. Dogs are wired for connection. They are constantly tracking your presence, your attention, your tone, your energy. And when the first signal they get from you each day is warmth, eye contact, and recognition, it sets the emotional tone for everything that follows. It doesn't need to be dramatic. Just look at them. Say their name. Let them greet you. Let them feel, even for 10 seconds, that before the world rushed in, they mattered to you first. A dog that feels emotionally acknowledged starts the day more secure, more settled, and more connected. Then there's the walk, the part most people think they understand, but usually don't. Most owners think the purpose of a walk is movement. Burn energy, get exercise, get it done. But for your dog, a walk is not just movement. It's information. It's discovery. It's their version of reading the news, checking messages, understanding the world around them. Your dog does not experience the world primarily through sight the way you do. They experience it through scent. Every tree, every patch of grass, every hydrant is filled with stories you cannot see. So when your dog stops to sniff and you pull the leash because you're in a hurry, what feels like a small interruption to you can feel like being cut off from the one thing that makes the walk meaningful to them. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is slow down and let your dog lead with their nose. Not every walk has to be a march. Sometimes it should be an exploration. Because when your dog learns that being with you doesn't mean being constantly rushed, trust starts to deepen in a way that changes everything. And then there's your voice, one of the most powerful emotional tools you have, even if you've never thought of it that way. Your dog knows your voice better than you realize. Not just the sound of it, but the feeling inside it. They can tell when you're distracted, when you're irritated, when you're soft, when you're fully present, and when you speak to them with calm, warmth, and affection, it does more than make them happy. It helps regulate their entire nervous system. That soft "hey buddy" when you walk in the room, that gentle praise, that warm tone when they settle beside you, those moments matter. More than expensive calming products. More than most people know. Your voice can become safety to your dog. It can become the sound that tells them the world is okay. And once your dog learns they can rely on that, they start carrying that trust into every part of their life with you. But love is not just softness. Dogs also need engagement that feels real. Real play, not distracted play. Not tossing a toy while scrolling on your phone. Real, alive, connected play that lets them use their instincts. Dogs were not built to simply sit around being managed all day. They were built with drives to chase, tug, search, catch, retrieve, herd, solve, engage. And when those drives don't have an outlet, they don't just disappear. They come out somewhere else, in anxiety, chewing, barking, restlessness, frustration. When you truly play with your dog with energy and presence, you're doing more than entertaining them. You're helping them feel fulfilled. You're giving them an experience that says, I see who you are. I understand what you were made for. That kind of play builds confidence. It builds emotional stability. And most of all, it builds a bond that passive affection alone never can. At the same time, your dog also needs something many loving owners accidentally take away from them. A place where they are allowed to simply be left alone. A place where no one follows, no one pets, no one calls them back into the action. Dogs are social, yes, but they also need recovery. They need peace. They need a retreat where their body can fully come down and their brain can finally rest. If your dog goes to their bed, their crate, the corner of the couch, or some quiet spot in the house, and every time they do, someone interrupts them, your dog learns something heartbreaking. There is nowhere I can truly relax. And a dog that never fully relaxes is a dog that slowly carries stress everywhere. Give them a place that is theirs. Respect it. Let it mean something. Because true rest is not a luxury for a dog. It is a need. And then comes the moment that says more than anything else ever could. Your dog walks over to you, circles once, and leans into your body. Maybe they press against your leg. Maybe they lay across your lap. Maybe they fall asleep touching you. It looks small, ordinary even. But it isn't. When your dog chooses to sleep against you, they are making one of the deepest statements of trust an animal can make. Sleep is vulnerability. Sleep is surrender. And when your dog says, I can shut down beside you, what they are really saying is, you are the safest place I know. That is not random. That is built. It is built in the mornings when you greet them like they matter. It is built on the walks where you let them experience the world at their pace. It is built in the warmth of your voice, in the play that fulfills them, in the quiet space you protect for their rest. All of it adds up. And then one day, your dog leans into you, closes their eyes, and shows you what all of that love has become. Not dependence, not habit, trust. And once you see that for what it really is, you will never look at your dog the same way again.